agree, and I think, you know what, Keith, we just dive into weather.
Okay, let's just do it. We got this storm knocking on our doorstep here, and this low is just massive. Look at this thing taking up the eastern third or so of the country, almost half of the country, with severe weather down south and a cold edge into the Midwest here. This low, though, is going to just track towards Toronto. It's going to be an inside runner, which has been the problem the whole time here. We'd prefer a clean snowstorm, but that's not what we're going to get. Taking a look at surface temperatures right now, they're generally in the upper 20s to around 30. We've talked a lot over the last few days about how initially this storm would move into cold enough air for almost everyone to start as snow, and that certainly looks to be the case right now. If anything, temperatures dropping along the coastline here over the last few hours. So I think this model's too warm initially along the coast. I think we will begin as wet snowflakes there. I do want to point out, as I just did, that because of the timing of this, western and southwestern Maine, it kind of hits the end of the evening commute, and once the snow hits, it'll hit pretty hard, so things could get dicey fast. That'll continue through the evening. That rain snow line starts making some progress, especially after midnight tonight when it moves into Lewiston and Augusta. Bangor should remain snow into the early morning hours on Wednesday, but by about 5 or 6 tomorrow morning, you can see pretty much everyone has changed over to rain. We're just clinging to snow in the mountains, and even they will likely end as a little bit of rain or freezing rain. But the dominant precipitation type will be snow. This is a quick mover. That's some good news here. We could even be into some sunshine over southern Maine through the afternoon with temperatures in the low 50s. So as far as snow, no changes to this map. It still looks good. 6 to 12 into the mountains and foothills. 12 plus bullseyes for sure are going to be popping up. There's a lot of moisture to work with. 3 to 6 including Bangor. Close to Bar Harbor. Bar Harbor could end up on the kind of the higher end of 1 to 3, I think, based on things how they're turning out, and then a fast flip over York County and southern Cumberland County as well. Outside the purple, all this snow is going to be washed away. So the combination of the snowpack that we're going to get, the snowpack we have, plus the rain, this area is what I've lassoed as the most likely flood zone. And it's a combination of having snow on the ground and going to get a good amount of rain, and most of the precipitation will fall as rain. So all of those things put together put us at the greatest risk of some flooding, and that's in the zone again over southern and western Maine and into Augusta and Rockland. Not that there's no chance of flooding in Bangor, they're under a flood watch. I just think this is the most likely spot. As far as number of people impacted here, it's probably going to be the power outages and the winds that are going to be the biggest problem. So the winds will be out of the southeast here late tonight, early tomorrow morning. This is 4 a.m., starting to gust up to about 50 miles an hour. And I think we'll see gusts up to 60 miles an hour over the southern coast into the mid-coast. There is a possibility of over 60 mile per hour wind gusts in Washington and Hancock County, which is what we saw with a recent storm too, right? Down east Maine tends to get some of the stronger winds, so that'll continue to be an issue. We have some things working for us here as far as power outages go, but I think if we can get to that 55 or 60, it's not going to help. We're going to have pretty widespread power outages, particularly along the coastline here. And then our next storm moves in, and that will come in on Saturday, and it's a mess. I would say Saturday's storm is marginally weaker than this one, but I don't know that it is going to be enough to matter. Probably instead of 50 to 60, we're talking 40 to 50 mile per hour wind gusts and an inch or two of rain. So, of course, as we talked about, Brian, the concern here is with power outages especially, they're only going to have like a day and a half to maybe 2 days to fix that before the next one
the next round comes in,
which is fairly undoable. I mean, typically, if we have a lot of outages, it's a 4 or 5 day situation. So.
Because again, the wind gusts are the problem that they can't get up in the bucket trucks.
Right.
They have a small window there.
Right, and I didn't even get to talk about, we will have some coastal flooding as well, probably in the minor to moderate zone. Tomorrow morning, the high tide is, I believe, 9:30. It's in that ballpark.
Well, lots to watch.
Yeah.
All right, Keith, thank you.